Well, hello, folks. Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the man cave. Hobby Zone has sent me out the FMS 1500mm Cessna 182. I told them I didn't care which color they sent me. I did prefer the blue, and that is what they sent me. All right, we're going to unbox it and put her together. All right, and make no mistakes, folks. This is not the FMS. What was it? The FMS Skytrain 182 or Cessna. I forget what they called it. The last one, because that was actually a 1400mm Cessna Skytrainer. The FMS Skytrainer 182. That was an entirely different plane. I mean, yes, they're both Cessnas, but this was an entirely different mold. And this is much, much improved. That plane, has, as good as it was, has long since been discontinued. This plane is actually larger. Okay? And I love the detail going into the box. Just putting her in a smaller space. All right, as usual, everything is packed. We can drop it off the side of a cliff. It's not going to hurt anything. Manual, not folded, which is huge. Very nice wing spar. And then you have a smaller wing spar that actually goes in the tail. Okay. Nice labeled functional wing struts. Very nice wing. A little bit of gatoring right there, that's unfortunate. But everything's protected. They could have done a little better job of that tape there. But the nice thing about it, all the lights, servos, everything's underneath this tape. All you have to do, if you ever have to service these covers are just glued on here. If you ever have to change them or service them, or change out these lights, you just pull out these tabs, pull the tape back, do whatever you need, change your servo, whatever, and then just take a bead of rubber cement, and run that down with your finger, and you can put that tape right back down, and it'll look just like it was. I love the way these quick connects are for these wings. Off, you put that in. On, oh, that's cool. All right, so that goes in like that. All right. Yeah, you can see a little tab that hangs down in there. Like that. Slotted flaps. That way air can go through there. Looks like definitely a foam hinge, but it's shiny. That means there's a little bit of laminate in there. So don't need other than slotted one there. Check your glue. Make sure that these mounts are nice and tight. For whatever reason, that one. And there's a CG mark there. I like that. It's like it's not wanting to pivot real well. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, put it in and put them into place. Okay, cool. I'm done messing it up. I mean, you can see the individual cells, but you certainly cannot feel them. Again, I like that. Piece of masking tape there. Again, you can't feel the cells. You can see them, but you can't feel them. All right. bag of bits and goodies. 3-bladed prop. Landing gear. The ever important inspected by medallion. Cover for the gear. Back half of your vertical stabilizer. That's that locking hole that locks that smaller spar. Ball link's already hooked up. It looks like the elevator is the only thing you're going to have to hook up. I like that. Looks really nice. Much far superior to the SkyTrainer 182 that they had before. Now, don't get me wrong, that was a great plane. It really was. Very pointy cone. That's the fuselage. Back half. Like I say, it locks in place and screws in place. Look right there. You got metal where you're going to screw that together. Horizontal stabilizer. Laminate. Yeah, there's nice laminate in there. I like this. This is very nice. Very nice. You cannot feel the individual cells, but you certainly can see them. This has the suspension, but it's kind of on delayed suspension, and that's on purpose so you'll get less of that bounce. So that immediate spring back. Check every crack and crevice. Make sure there's nothing left in there. Check the other side too. Sometimes they hide things. Mr. Norman's in there in the pilot seat. Looks really nice, very nice. Nice push button latch to get into the canopy. Got the instrumentation in there. Nice clear canopy. Now I got fingerprints all over it. Canopy. My canopy's a little, or the front nose, or the cowl here, is a little bit loose. There's a, it's alright, there's a Phillips head screwdriver, Phillips head screw right there, and I can tell that it looks like it's a little raised up a little bit. It means it's a little bit loose. So, that's very simple fix. Just need to tighten that down. Actually have to grab a Phillips head screwdriver though. There you go. That took care of that. Alright, now one thing you're going to want to do, get these little metal trays, okay? First thing you're going to do is take that little screw there out and take this battery tray out. Phillips head screwdriver. Do not lose that screw. It's a self-tapping wood screw. Okay, take it, put it in your metal tray. You're going to take out your battery tray. This time, if you're going to use Velcro, go ahead and remove the fuzzy side. Got your battery take off the side. Okay. Look inside here. Look at how much room you have in this thing. Ah, little yellow pigtail. What does that tell you? That means we have thrust reverse. All right, that's going to be that for this kind of a plane. Really, that's really great for floats because you push into some weeds and you need to back out. That's what's best for floats. All right, we have everything labeled off. There's a control board in there. Everything's labeled. You got rudder, flap, elevator, aileron, and of course this is throttle and thrust reversing. So yeah, so all you need is a 6-channel radio, which I'll be using AR620 for that. Okay, and there's a nice little place, XT60 connector, nice little place right there, the side. That's where I'll be mounting that. But for right now, we're going to turn our attention to this area here. If you look right there, see that hole? I think we're going to feed up our nose gear up in there like this. Okay, and then there's going to be, see how it disappeared? There's going to be a piece in that bag that I'm going to screw down there to lock this in place. So let's get everything out of the way. And let's prepare. The first thing I want to do is get the gear on this, on the fuselage. Okay, so let's bring you closer. So I can show you what we're going to do. What we're going to do. It's going to go in your bag of goodies. Okay? This is why I say get these metal trays. Little magnetic trays. Okay? Has that one control rod for your elevator. Set that off to the side. Okay. This has that tiller arm that we're getting ready to use, and then it has all your screws. Okay. Now we've got different sizes here. So I am thinking probably going to be one of these machine screws, but let's refer to our manual. Okay. Looking up. All right. I like doing the gear first. Put that in there, and it's going to be a 3mm screw. It'll be a machine screw because it's going to go to the top of this here. Okay. All right. See how this is going to go up in there. It's keyed. Okay. This has a key inside of it, so it's only going to fit one way. See, like that. And you can see that's going to turn. Okay, so a couple screws here. Okay, and it's going to be one of these. I think it's going to be one of these machine screws, which is a 2mm hex head. Okay, I'll fish this up. See right there? That's where I'm coming up at. Fish this up in there like that. Set the model down. Okay. Try to get that flat. See there's a flat part right there on the front of this. On the front of this, I'm gonna put that flat front forward. Okay. We'll take this key. Fit it in there. It all all kind of has a pressure fit. See, that's what it's going to look like at the end, and then that fits into the arm of that servo, and that turns the whole thing. So now we just need to take our screw, and we just screw that in there. Gotta hold it and do it at the same time. Hold it and film it at the same time. Alright. Okay. As you can see, see how that turns that servo? Alright. Okay, so we got that. We'll set that aside for right now. Turn our attention to the underside. Okay. See this channel? Okay, you're going to take your gear. Now, pay attention to the underside of these little pants. This needs to kind of sit down in there. Lines up the brass fittings. You've got these 4 holes. You may have to kind of take your fingers, kind of fit those pants in there. Well, I'm going to fit in there one way, but you can see how it's going to fit once you get it in there. The holes line up, okay, and then you're going to take your back plate. Okay. It's only going to fit one way. Everything's going to sandwich in there. Nice and tight. The lines right up. All your little antenna out of the way. Should have 4 of these screws. 2, 3, 4. 4 of these metal screws. So these machine screws. Okay. That's what's going to go in there. And looks like you get 1 extra. So don't lose it. Nice tight fit. Let's do something real quick. I keep preaching this and I'm not doing it right now. Try to protect the top of our model. Get an old towel. Okay. Or an old pillow, I mean. An old towel. Old pillow. And we're going metal into metal, so don't be afraid to crank it down too much. Just don't over tighten it. Last thing you don't want to do is you don't want to strip that out. Okay. Nope. I don't want to strip that out. One end out, pick it up, and make sure. Alright, that's on there. Now I have a model that can easily stand up here on its own. Okay, now, look at what you got here. You've got 1 pigtail that's labeled lights, 1 pigtail labeled rudder, and 1 pigtail labeled elevator. Excuse me, I don't mean to cough on you. Alright, now we're going to take, you do have, okay, you're not going to have any extra of these little machine screws. You're going to need 2 of these now. The last 2 in your kit. Okay, and that's what's going to be attaching the wheel. or the gear, or the, I'm sorry, the back half here. Okay. So they're going to be screwing into the back here. Okay. Not sure where we got lost, but here we go. Take a hold of your rudder here. Okay. Take a pair of clippers or crimpers or whatever you've got. What is going on with my camera? Okay. Whatever you've got, carefully cut that off of there. Okay. Free up those wires. Okay. Now, what you're going to want to do is set you back just a little bit so you can see. Okay. Okay. We'll straighten them out. Okay. We'll grab a hold of your end of your fuselage, and you're going to feed these down in there. So what I will do, I'll grab a hold of them. You see that channel, that opening right up in there? I want to fish them down in there, where they're going to let gravity be your friend. You're going to fish them down. Okay, you can take a coat hanger, put a loop in it, but we're not going that far. Okay, we're not going that far. Just let that fall down in there. You may have to take your fingers and fish it down in there. You get a little creative. Okay. Tools like this that have hooks on them are a big help. Okay. So at the end of the day, you now have rudder, 2 lights, and an elevator labeled hanging out there. At this time, you got this tape here, okay, on the underside of your rudder. Go ahead and peel it off. Okay. Let that fish down in there. Now see that hole there? See that hole on the bottom of that? You're going to want that. Make sure the front there keys in. Make sure this front here keys in. Okay. Hold your wires. Make sure they're hanging down. Make sure you pull them down because you don't want them getting crimped up in here. And glide that down in there just like that. Okay. Make sure that's all nice and flush. Then grab your little spar. Go ahead and fish it through that now keyed hole. See, you may have to twist a little bit. Get that through there like this. That locks that in place because it's already keyed in here. This locks it in place, and you've got that 2-sided tape kind of holding it down. Now, while you got a hold of it, grab a hold of your elevator half. Feed it through this hole here. Okay. You'll see a little notch. It only fits one way. Go ahead and get one in there. Okay. All right. Grab the other half and look at the bottom side of it. And see this little locking mechanism there? Slide on that hole there. Kind of line that up. Pay attention to both things they kind of key in. And you'll know when you can pick, when they both move like that, you know you got it. And it should click in place. Okay, now now if you want to disassemble that, you press that button, pull these out, pull that rod out, pull out your rudder. Okay, but now that is all locked in place, and the only thing not hooked up is the elevator with this only single ball link that you need. But we're not going to hook that up just yet. Okay, now, like I said, you've got all these things hanging out here, right? Now here's one thing that I recommend doing that you have. Let me see if I got a couple of them sitting here. Okay, here's one here, and here's a baggie of them. All right, these are there's one's out. These are little servo lead locks. Okay, now you've got locks for your lights here. Okay, for your rudder and your elevator. So go ahead and take your elevator. Okay, see how that's. Oh, I'm not going to use those. See how that is labeled. You're going to hook up just do it just like this. The light to light. Now, I don't care if it's yellow, white, red. The light always lines up. The lightest color always lines up the lightest color. Okay, and that should lock in like that. All right, take your rudder. You've got plenty of wire. Light to light, dark to dark. That's always the polarity. Light to light, dark to dark. So when you're done, the light should be on one side, the brown's going to be in the other, and the red signal's in the middle. All right, now you're going to take these two black and red wires. These are simply power wires, okay? All right, that's all they are. Power, a positive and negative, okay? See, positive and negative. They're red. And you look right here, you're going to say, well, how am I going to hook that to there? Well, these are both lights. Anytime you hook up just something that just needs power, the black is going to line up with the brown, and the red is going to line up with the red. So light to light, dark to dark. So let's go ahead, get this lined up. There's a tube here. You see the back of the tube going. Okay, just kind of let that hang off. All right, now right here, I'm going to grab these lights. That's the light lead. I'm going to grab the lights themselves. If I can get them to where you can see them. Okay, here I got them. Here's one. Okay, now, see the dark side of the wire here? I'm going to take the black side up, and I'm going to plug it in on this side. Hopefully you can see that. Just remember, dark to dark, light to light. The red signal wire is going to, red power wire is going to be in the middle. So if you line that up, and that will click into place. And that black wire is lined up with that dark brown wire. Okay, I'm going to take the other white, the other light wire. I'll make sure that the black lines up with that brown, dark to dark. I'll plug them in. Now you'll actually kind of feel it click in. And let me just get you closer where you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see how that wire, the black wire there is lined up with the dark wire here. Even though there's some space there, that's okay. All right, so that means everything, you kind of pull that out. Get all your wires nice and tucked in there. Be careful because you're going to have a screw coming through there. This would be a great time to try to tuck as much into this little cavern you've got here as best you can. You don't want any wires getting crimped. So you just kind of have to finagle. Sorry if my head's in the way. Okay. Kind of finagle that, and you got plenty of wires. All right, and just feed that through. Paying attention to that. Slide them two halves in. All right, now I'm going to take these last two of these 2mm hex drive screws. Okay, let's back you up just a little bit. Okay. Start look like an airplane. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Make sure that your tail is completely on there, seated, really nice. Okay. Take your screw. It should line right up. Might have to finagle a little bit because you're kind of doing it blind. All right, let me see if I can get my hand under there. But you'll be able to tell. Okay, I think I'm getting bite now. And remember, metal screw into a metal housing, but that's encased in plastic. Okay. Yeah, that's in there. Okay. Turn it over. Okay. Take my last metal screw, put it on the end of my 2mm hex drive here. Okay. I can kind of see that it's not quite lined up, but visually I'll pull down the tail a little bit, and I can see it does line up a little bit better. All right. Well, anyways, that's the idea. You're just gonna, so that tightens up. Okay, now that tail is on there. Okay, and everything is already hooked up, so that's done. Now we can put that down, put our lid back on. Okay, now turn our attention to our wings. We have this multi-port connection here. Okay, take your long wing spar, feed it through. Okay, and back you up just a little bit. Sorry. Okay. Take your wing. They only fit one way. Line it up on the wing spar. The hole. Okay. I have to finagle with that a little bit. Now hold on. Okay, I want to be in the off, so press down on the off. Yours may be a little tight. Okay, press in on the on, sorry. In on the on to where they're in the up position. Slide it in. Okay. Alright, and then you should be able to hear that. Now, see? Press that down in place. That wing is not coming off. Turn it up, turn it around. Remember, this is key. Press these in where they're tilted up to where you can't see the little key sticking down. Okay. And that one's a little tight. Get a tool and press down on it. Okay. Slide that on the wing spar there. Press down. And press. That back one's not going. All right, hold on. All right, you may have to finagle with it. Remember, it's made of plastic. So don't get too crazy. All right, press in on the off. Off here. All right. Let me fight with it, and I'll tell you what I had to do. All right. You just have to go in there and make sure that both these tabs are down. In other words, you're pressing in on the off, and the off side is sticking out. Then you can slide it on. And it should key right in. Okay. Then you can go on there, and that locks the wings in place, both in the front and in the back. Now you can turn your attention to the strut. All right. These should only fit one way. Okay. Labeled. Okay. Left. Right. Okay. That goes in there. I'll show you. See how this goes in there? Oh. Okay, it's the wrong one. That's right. Okay. It's going to go in one way. So you see how that arrow is on there? I'm going to go backwards. Fits in there just like that. And you push back. Okay. This is another time you should have your plane stand or your pillow. Okay. Sorry. And then you're going to fish that in and push that back. Push that back. Push that back. Okay. Grab your other wing spar. Okay. And there again, it's just going to slide backwards. You cannot screw it up. You'll see it. When you go to put this together, it's obvious. It's very obvious. It only fits from one way. Okay. Again, make sure these are slid in there. Okay. Use your Now you got that. You're going to take your two. You've got 3 antennae. They're all the same. One goes here, slides in. One goes here, slides in. Okay. And one goes back here in the back, slides in. Again, they only fit one way. Okay? Now, you're left now with wood screws for the wood screws for the battery tray, and some extra screws, extra machine black screws for your prop adapter if you had to take your prop adapter off. Now you're going to have this. You're going to have a back screw. Okay. Need to separate this. Let's see if I can get this to come apart. It's not screwed together. Okay, it's just, this just clamps in. This is just pressured in. Okay. This has a key on it. That's octagon shaped there, so it's going to fit on there. Should fit right on there. Okay. You have to kind of, all right, it's going to fit flush, fairly flush. Okay. Take prop, put it on there like that. Take your washer, put that in there like that. Okay. Now I'm not going to tighten it up on there. I'm just going to, but when you put it on there, see the blades? Let me show you. This is kind of important. If you look at the angle of this, that right there, the blade should just rest right in there. Kind of hold that in place, tighten that down, and then this just pops right in there. Okay, and there you go. Now I have to take that off to tighten it, but that is the basic build of the CESSNA 182 by FMS, the 1500mm. The other thing we still have to do, we got that push, is put our battery tray in, but I'm going to install my receiver first. That's the next video. Alright folks, well, that is the basic unboxing and assembly of the FMS Cessna 182. The newest one, latest release. Obviously, mine's the blue one. And hopefully in a few hours when the sun comes up, we'll go out to the field and give you a maiden. All right, folks. Next, stay tuned. The next video is going to be my radio setup. All right, that's going to be an entirely separate video. All right, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hobby Zone, thank you for sending me out the plane for review. I know she's going to fly amazing. She looks amazing. And RC Aviator, I love you, buddy. Adam, you and Heidi, y'all are good people. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless you. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends. Cessna's 182.